Hi, I'm George Nordhaus, and today's mover and shaker predictor is an old friend and perhaps one of the most traveled and expert agency consulting people in the country, Al Diamond. And Al's been with us for many, many years and has done some wonderful work for us. He's the creator of the benchmarking program. Well, at any rate, you can see right here his background is amazing. If you haven't taken the pipeline, I think it's on agency management the best newsletter possible. And maybe Al you can call Al if you want to get on the list because it's just terrific. At any rate, he's a very well known marketing. Agency management guy. I always say agency management. That's the way you can say it. Agency management's really your field, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
Al.
Yes.
The agency management. Does that cover it?
Oh yes, I do everything that has to do with operating insurance agencies except for the products themselves.
All right. What do you see for the long term?
Well, a long term, 5 years, 10 years out, is we're going to stop being processing shops. What most agencies have been for the last 200 years, the internet has gotten underway. The insurance companies are finally moving their systems forward. Transactions that are done between clients and their insurance carrier will be done by them at 10 o'clock at night sitting in front of their own computer screens or right at the dealership when they buy a car. They won't need an insurance agent to stand in the middle and get a physical transaction done with the insurance company. The insurance agent is going to be their counselor in the future. They're going to be responsible for the explanation and sale of insurance and making sure that the assets of the clients are properly protected.
Okay. Personal lines.
Personal lines, we see in the long term that personal lines is going to act more and more like life insurance. It's going to be graded. You're going to be selling personal lines on behalf of certain insurance companies. You'll get a high front end, but as most of us are aware, the insurance companies are trying to get their service centers fully operational, and will have more and more servicing done by the carriers themselves. So our responsibility as agents will be the sale of the product and making sure the client understands the needs and helping the client when they need personal intervention.
Got it. Good.
Well, we have the flap that has started in the last year or two with contingencies are going to go on, and instead of it being a threat to agencies, it's actually going to be a very healthy change if it continues in the direction that it looks like right now. Instead of being paid just a commission and a contingency, which is iffy at best, insurance agencies are going to be paid by their own quality. So if you're a high-quality agency with a good loss ratio, good growth with an insurance company, those things we promise the insurance companies will do for them, they will be willing to pay you more. And depending on not short-term, not 1 year loss ratios or growth, but patterns, 2, 3, 5 years, with some companies even looking longer, they're going to differentiate between insurance agencies based on their quality and how well they do with them.
I think this is a good thing, don't you?
I do, because I would much rather get my money on a monthly basis than I would by the whims of the weather or of an insurance company once a year.
All right, let's go to your fourth and fifth points.
Well, there are going to be new forms of insurance products and asset management services, and they're going to replace price quoting. We've started this many years ago with our asset protection model, and we see a lot of relationship selling models coming out into the world where agents have stopped altogether doing quoting and basically selling services that prove to a client that the agent is better than their incumbent. And this is a great thing for the independent agency network because we will come out on top always against direct writers if it's on a service-for-service basis and if we provide the right kind of services.
Good.
On the local side for agencies, you're going to have producers who are no longer the general do-alls of the insurance agency. They'll be responsible for sale of business. They'll be dedicated to new business sales. We'll grow our CSRs into account executives, and they will be dedicated to service and retention. And what that means is that's how they'll get paid. They'll be productive by retaining business and servicing that business, and there'll be a direct relationship between compensation and retention of business.
I like that thought. That really is mind-boggling, mind-stretching a bit. It's not like it is today. Well, what about the short term?
In the short term, we see, as you know, we do the composite groups for the industry, and we see a slow but steady rise that productivity in agencies, in the simplest terms, in the grossest terms of revenue per employee, are going to reach $150,000 revenue per employee in the strong agencies within 5 years. We have a number of our clients already at $150,000 revenue per employee and up. It is doable with today's technology, but technology continues to improve, and so does our handling of our employees. It isn't so much technology, it's what we do with our employees that cause this number to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We see carrier automation advancing much faster than agency automation anymore. It used to be the other way around, but our friends in the agency management systems seem to have anchored themselves in the systems that they have now, and they more limit than they do expand those systems. Carrier automation is moving fast in order to be the link between the client and the insurance company. What we'd like them to do is work through our systems so that the agent's still a participant in that, but only time will tell whether that will actually work to our advantage or not.
All right.
Finally,
Smaller agencies.
Yeah, smaller agencies have succeeded for the last 200 years. Every generation you have wise-ass consultants coming in talking about the demise of the small agencies. They're not going away. There'll always be the need for rural agencies, suburban agencies, and even small personal agencies in urban areas. However, they need to have the economies of scale of larger agencies in order to meet their competitive needs. They're going to get those economies of scale by grouping together in either informal or formal groups. What used to be called the cluster group concept has evolved into the virtual insurance agency concept, the service center concept, where agencies combine to do those things that are better done centrally than distributed, leaving the agents to build their own business and to service and sell that business locally as a sales organization.
I think you're so right on that. All right, what's your major suggestion?
Well, dedicate yourselves to the activity of sales. By all means, stop sitting behind the desk of your agencies. Go out and visit people that you don't insure every single week. When we hire producers on behalf of our clients, we tell them your only job, is to go out and see people we don't insure 10, 15, or more times a week. Focus on achieving new customers with your agency sales staff and satisfying the customer's needs with your account executives, what you used to call customer service reps. They're not the girls in the office anymore. First of all, we have to pay them too much. For the most part, a lot of them are much better qualified than we give them credit for. We shouldn't be handing things off to them to do. We should allow them to do it themselves. Maximize the retention of your customers. Focus on getting new customers each year. And the things that go on in the insurance industry that cause so many agents to sit in the back of the room moaning and groaning about how bad the agency system is and the insurance industry is won't matter to us anymore. We have clients through hard and soft markets who grow by double-digit numbers every single year. Those people are certainly recognize the trends in the industry and the economy, but it doesn't let them stop them from growing. It just means that they have to put their emphasis on other areas.
Good
That's
advice.
what defines success.
People should take this slide, put it up on the wall. Al, thank you so much for your time here. People can contact you. Here's the information in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and they can. You'll answer any questions. I know that you'll talk to them, and if you want to participate in the benchmarking program, you certainly should. We have for years, and it's a great thing. Al has thousands of agencies' numbers, and it's a dynamic program, and you should be involved in it. If you need any information that I can help with IMMS, please let me know. Al, once again, you come through with flying colors, and I do thank you.
Thank you very much, George.